Hello, Fins fans. This is Miami TV Jam, your host, James, and I am just outside in this pretty, not horribly cold, but a cold enough weather, but not cold enough weather where I could be outside and, just enjoy a little bit. Go Fins. So, I'm in a little bit of loss of words as what we're talking because, this is actually one of the first times I actually see this football team make it to the playoffs, since 2016. In 2016, I was in high school, so I kind of forgot what it's like. But as I take sports seriously, this is a good feeling, if you know what I mean. So welcome to a recap. Sorry, our first recap of the game since the Miami Stars recap of the week. I'm gonna try to do more of these. If you like them, give it a thumbs up, and I'll definitely do more of these. But so how about them Dolphins? We started off pretty shaky. In fact, the whole game has been pretty shaky. This season, we started off 8-3. We started off 8-3 with the 3-game winning streak, and then Tua got hurt in the Bengals game. Then we got on a 3-game losing streak. And then after when Tua came back, then we got on this pretty good run where we won 5 in a row. And then we had some really tough games against teams like the Niners, Chargers, and even Buffalo. We beat Buffalo in Miami before. We got on a 5-game losing streak, and then make the matters worse, on Christmas Day, Tua got hurt, and then we ended up losing Tua again because of the second concussion. So our playoff chances were getting slim, and it all came down to this game. Because last week we could have made the playoffs, but then Teddy got hurt, and it all came down to Skylar, who was very inexperienced. And to this day, he is still pretty inexperienced. And granted, he's a rookie, but that's where it came down to. So then we all led to this game. Dolphins and Jets at Miami Gardens. The game was very shaky, but eventually the Dolphins pulled through. And while the defensive secondary was not that good, the defensive line give a little bit more props too. But there were so much problems this game. With our kicker being inconsistent for the rest of the season, you just have a lot of mixed emotions, just as myself, where this team can't do much under Skylar Thompson. But this kid came back and clutch with good Waddle throws, Gesicki throws. We can't forget about Gesicki. And another player we should point out, and he was underrated, Durham Smythe. Durham Smythe had 2 catches at the least, and they were both clutch catches to try to get us down to those field goals. The Jets quarterback, Joe Flacco, making good throws, while our secondary was not that good. Again, our secondary has problems, as much as the pass rushing has some problems all season long. But this game, the secondary had a lot of problems. If anything, the defense won more is the line. It's the defensive line. So, but then again, we couldn't sack much of Joe Flacco. So, what does it all come down to? Our offense, obviously. So, near the end of the game, we had a scenario where we had a good run, and when Mostert being hurt, we had to have someone like Haskin and Jeff Wilson. Mostert was a king player of running backs today. He had a lot of angry runs today, but then again, none of the playmaking or touchdowns. So in this game, it's all field goals, literally all field goals. But then the last play is like the seal digger. But anyway, it all came down to that 3 and out, right? And one of the 3 and outs was the part where there was an intentional grounding. So when there's an intentional grounding, they backed them up 15 yards, and then we had a good situation. Mike McDaniel, rookie coach, there was one challenge that he had to do, and there was that play where I think it was Garrett Wilson. I forgot who it was. Thought he caught the ball, but the ball was loose at the end of that catch. so it ruled incomplete. And that was our first challenge win. And I saw that, it's like he already used a challenge. But I forgot you have 2 challenges. But fast forward to the end of the fourth quarter after the 2-minute warning. Haskin has a big run. And then Jason Sanders had a 50-yard field goal. And then won us the game ultimately. Ultimately won us the game 6-9. At least I thought it was 6-9. So the Jets had to try to pull out this certain miracle. But then the ball rolled over to the end zone. And it came down. That's a safety. So the final score of this game was 6-11. And for the first time since 2016-17 season, we made the playoffs. And we are playing Buffalo Bills. It was ugly, but we made it, Vince fans. We made it. A lot, there was a hole that we dug ourselves in since the 49ers game. It seems like we couldn't get out of it. The hope was losing. I will admit it right now. I was very pessimistic since the Green Bay game. I was very pessimistic. But as the old saying goes, never say never. Literally, never say never. We see that happen with the Colts. The Colts blew a 33-0 lead and then lost to the Vikings. So anything could have happened. So that's why I was like very anxious. But yeah, that's this recap. Let me know how I did. If I did a good job at it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And I'll do more of these. And this time I'll write it in the notes for further details. So forgive me if I'm like shaky and trying to do the recap at the same time. And that's it. So that's going to do it for this video, folks. Go Fins! You like this hoodie? And playoff bounce. And yes, folks, that's going to do this video, folks. If you have liked this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content because Miami TVG has your back. And when he does, he'll be right there with you for the entertainment you deserve. Miami TVG signing out, folks. Go Fins! And playoffs, baby. Good night, everybody.